So today I'll be continuing my playthrough of Pokemon Sacred Gold. Today's goal is to get at least more than one gym badge. Misty will be challengeable after this route, and I'm assuming Surge will be able to be done immediately after. We might have to go through Rock Tunnel to get to Erica just because of the way this hack is structured. I'm unsure. Although the power plant is fixed, so I wonder if we can get into Saffron or if they're still going to block us or not. Fact of the matter is, though, gotta clear all these trainers leading to Misty. Gotta crash Misty's date. And then she gets pissed off and wants to challenge us, which is pretty fun. That is a strong Oddish. Why have you not evolved your Oddish? It's odd. It's an odd choice. Shout out to the Oddish line, though. Like, I don't know. There's something about, like, I mean, I'm a big Poison type fan, for sure. I can't say that I've ever like found room for a Vileplume on my team, but I do like that line. Like even Gloom, which is like kind of deliberately ugly, obviously, but then like Blossom has always been kind of a charmingly designed mon. You living Flamethrower is kind of unfortunate. I'm just gonna go hard Gar, because there's no way you stun Spore twice. Yeah, I got him. Didn't even like think that was coming out. So what, your last is Gloom? You have a Gloom in the back? And you know, I've been thinking about this. I know I've like kind of talked about my disinterest in doing Nuzlocke and stuff like that, at least for the sake of these playthroughs that I've done thus far on the channel. That's not to say that I'm like completely opposed to doing something different should I return to these games, because like I don't know that, never say never, I don't know that I would like you know, Aurora Crystal is going to be like the second run of HGSS, right? Which is going to be different enough from this, and I will give it enough time. Assuming Aurora Crystal doesn't drop, like, next week. Which it probably won't, but, Icy Wind's an interesting idea, because this thing doesn't get Ice Beam. So it's actually, like, not terrible. But I really want something to hit waters. Like, that's why I have T-Bolt. And why I actually kind of want Energy Ball to hit ground types as well. Icy Wind will hit grounds, not for very much, though. But I think we just pass, though. It's an interesting option. But yeah, like I had thought about, I'd mentioned until we get, like, a Blaze Black Volt White 1 kind of Redux. Assuming that doesn't happen by the time I want to revisit Black and White 1, I feel like I'd do a randomizer or something like that. Like I'd do something like something at least somewhat different, not just straight up replaying the same thing for the sake of a stream. Not that I have much of an issue doing that off stream when I replay games, but it's nice to shake things up, give this a little more bulk. Carbos. I know this might seem like it's wasted on Neptune, but maybe not, actually. And I didn't do... Yeah, Draco Meteor's now maxed. That's good. Oh, I should buy more Hypers. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I mean, there's still Pokemon games that I want to stream for the first time on the channel. Right, I mentioned Sinking Sapphire. I've mentioned some version of the Alola games. I don't know what that would be. But something, like probably a ROM hack. Aurora Crystal when that drops, etc. and so on, right? And then as far as like, I've expressed interest in going back to XG as well, and using like a different evolution, building a different team around that kind of deal. I still think that could be fun, because that hack is great. What was I gonna do? Why did I go to the PC? I think I was in Gen 5 mode. Well, I needed to heal up, but I was like, oh, the Mart is on the right side of the Pokemon Center, right? Nope. Also, I hope I didn't miss a spot while I was shaving. Because I didn't double check before I started streaming, so... It's probably not even noticeable at this angle anyway. I did get a haircut, though. Much needed haircut. I don't know if you can probably tell, at least somewhat. But with the headphones on, I think it's hard to see as much of the difference. Shukaberry, that'd be good on Evire. Like, actually. That could be a good option on Evire. Just buy a ton of hypers, mostly for in-between fights and stuff. I don't really want to buy maxes. I think all the maxes I have are just from pickups, actually. We'll just grab some revives in case something dies in the middle of battle. I don't feel like coming back, like, all the way here. Full heals will probably fine. Super repels will take some more. Don't need to go crazy with it because... I guess it's mostly like the caves in Kanto that are encounter-ridden. But I think about the grassy routes in Kanto, usually there's a way around most of the grass. Which is appreciated, not a complaint, but it's just like an interesting thing to consider. Like, many of the routes have the grass kind of like intermingled with just straight up roads. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that is the case with more gens than I'm thinking. It probably is. And that's part of what makes random encounters in these games tolerable, is that they're avoidable, basically. And that, like, you know, typically you're leveled up enough to use a repel and avoid them, kind of deal. Because that's not really what these games are about. This is not like it's not like playing Nocturne or something, where it's like, okay, a random encounter could knock you out. And, like, yeah, I guess technically that could happen, especially if you're, like, grinding or something in, like, a Nuzlocke, or you're not paying attention or, like, whatever. But it's more so like the random encounters, which are not random, but the ones that you want to be actually fighting are the trainers. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's because there's not really like, because trainers I wouldn't equate to being bosses or even necessarily mini bosses. That's more so the gym leaders and like team leaders and admins and stuff. What do I do against this? I go to my fighting type, I think. And so, like, what would these be the equivalent of, really? Right? There's not really an equivalent in most other RPG franchises. Unless you want to say, like... I guess there are some games with random encounters that have mandatory fights against, like, random encounter formations, but, like I'm saying, they're mandatory for whatever reason it might be. I guess, but there's so many of them in Pokemon games. But I feel like even in some of these hacks... Well, okay, in some of these hacks you'll end up being somewhat underleveled, which is not a bad thing, because the AI is dumb as shit. I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, the AI is really stupid and predictable in most of these hacks. I mean, some of them, I'm sure they do some more advanced stuff, but... Yeah. What was I gonna say? That's like an advantage in and of itself, right? That inherently puts you ahead of whatever you're facing. And that can be said for other RPGs, sure, but... I've talked about it a lot, you know, single battles on the field. It's like, okay, I'm against the ground type, I collect the water type move. It's not always that simple, but it's like... Your options are click one of your 4 moves or switch. Or use an item if you're playing with a rule set that allows you to do that or something. Speaking of which, I would be more partial, I think, to doing stuff like that if the game had it built in where I could select. And I know, like, some hacks, I think Radical Red and, like, some others have things that you can actually select and turn on and off at the start of a run be like prevent me from using items in battle, and I'll play with that rule set. But if you're not going to prevent that, like, I'm all for like self-imposed rules and stuff like that. I guess I kind of do that. I did that with like Persona 5 Royal, for instance, where like the PC version gave you access to all the DLC personas. I used them, but I only used them because you can't turn them off in the PC version because they just come with it. It's not actually DLC, it's just built in. I only used them when I got them through an actual fusion, as opposed to summoning them for 0 yen, because it literally costs 0 to summon them, or like re-summon them or whatever once you acquire them. Or maybe it's something stupid like that. So like, I've definitely done stuff like that to an extent in the past. In most cases though, like with Persona 3 Reload, which I had a choice, I didn't buy any of the DLC for that. So I didn't even have to think about it, because they just weren't, I didn't have to worry about DLC personas just being present at all. So I think that still applies, where it's like, it is baked in. And even with DLC like that, with P3R, if I had bought it, I could just untick it in Steam if I wanted to not use them. Right? But P5R, you can't do that on Steam at least, or Switch, or Xbox. I think only on PlayStation, like when... Maybe the PS5 version, it's all built in, or something weird like that. Like, you know, obviously it was a PlayStation exclusive. So when those personas were actually DLC, you could just choose not to buy them and not have them in your game. In fact, if I were to replay P5R, I'd probably try to mod them out, if there's a mod for that. Oh. Misty's gonna be tough because I only have 1 water resist on the squad. But then again, Evire could potentially sweep. If I bait like a T-Bolt from Starmie or something on this, like I bait a Psychic on something like on Neptune or Kage, I switch into Corneo on the Psychic, then she clicks T-Bolt, I go into Oni, get a speed boost, and sweep. I feel like that might be the win con, actually. And I think for this, I go into Kage and click Thunderbolt, which probably doesn't one-shot, but I think it's my best bet right now. Okay, good call. Solid call. I don't think this one-shots, because Vaporeon has an actual Spidef stat. But then again, we're modest specs, so you never know. Yeah, okay. And what, Citrus? Yeah, I know I'm like jumping... Topic-wise, I'm jumping all over the place, as per frickin' usual, but, yeah, I do have some... I mean, there's plenty of options as far as, like, revisiting these games. Oh, I know what I was saying. As far as, like, self-imposed limitations in games... Yeah, I tend to prefer... It's like, imagine... Maybe this isn't the best example, but think about Skyrim, for instance. If you've ever played survival mode, for instance, imagine self-imposing that stuff onto yourself and actually, like, trying to play that way. That sounds, first of all, difficult to keep track of and just, like, not fun. Whereas playing actual survival mode, when that kind of stuff is built in and baked in and, like, you have to eat in order to, like, not have debuffs and shit, that's a different story, and I quite enjoy that. What's up, Space Cowboy? Good to see ya. Weekend was pretty good, I think. Pretty chill, as per usual. I guess I did work yesterday, so that was... I did get paid, like, overtime pay, though, so that's why... That's, like, one of the main reasons why I chose to do it. Make that money and all that, but, yeah, solid weekend. Beyond that, I did finish up Final Fantasy X-2. Didn't really like it that much, honestly. I think there's some cool stuff in the combat, but even then, I'm just like... I just wasn't really that into it. Why did my controller turn off? What? These batteries are freshly charged. I don't understand. Hold on. That's so weird. Sorry about that. Okay, thankfully my controller reconnected. Audio seems fine. What's up, Gustavo? Good to see you. Alright, we're locked into nothing because I just switched into this. So I go for Psychic. Oh, Wrapped Up Yakuza 8 already. Shit. Blitzed that shit. Did you do, like... I guess it's been a few weeks. It's been probably longer than I'm thinking. Because I've been streaming this for, like... This will be the 4th week I've been streaming this, which I am not comprehending fully, actually. Because I'm like, yeah, part 10, that means 3 weeks plus 1. I don't know how to feel about that. But yeah, yeah, FF10-2, not super hot on it. Gonna do a video on it though, probably be kind of shorter, sort of like the regular FF10 video. But yeah, besides that, I did actually start, well actually a week or two ago I started Three Hopes and played like the first hour or so. Can you not crit me? That wasn't a crit. Oh my god. Is this like Choice Bandit or something? Or did I not see it? Did it bulk up? Did it? I don't know what's going on. Dude, I know. And I'm like, part of me is thinking like that can't possibly be correct, but then I'm like, well, I didn't change the streaming schedule though. It's still 3 times a week. And 12 divided by 3 is indeed 4 weeks. And it'll be 12 parts by the end of this week. Which I don't like. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm glad to be like making progress through this and being able to be done with it by the end of the week. Yeah, I do think I've said this a number of times since part 1, but I want to reiterate. I'm very much looking forward to Aurora Crystal again, even if it makes some changes that I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, even if that ends up being the case, just because I think this hack is a little. It's good. I think it's better than Volt White 1. I think it's better than Blaze Black Volt White 1, which makes sense, because it came out after. It's still a little rough, though, although part of that, I think, is just, like, Desmume and HGSS not cooperating, or, like, the way that I patched this was weird or something, because of the glitches that normally aren't, I think, a problem. I don't think a lot of these glitches have to do with the hack, specifically. I think it's other circumstances. But, let's see how much this does. Okay. It's the poison, but, Fly should one-shot. Yeah, I think Aurora Crystal's gonna be pretty sick. Even if it, I've kind of come around on the idea of, like, adding megas, and maybe even adding some new stuff, assuming it doesn't replace existing mons, because I don't like that very much. When that has to be done, I understand, like, that it is a limitation of the engine, not being able to add mons sometimes, but that source code's out there, so, you know. I'm sure that will allow for some more advanced techniques. And plus, like, the Gen 3 games, I know have been broken, like, the Gen 3 engine's been broken open for a while, but they can do some crazy shit on that Gen 3 engine. There's some insane 3rd gen ROM hacks, and, like, fan games and shit like that. It's, like, actually nuts. And I want that for Gen 4. I like my Vanilla Plus hacks, of course. But I'd be open to seeing more crazy shit from Gen 4. The Gen 4 engine, that is, I mean. But yeah, Three Hopes. I played like the first hour, maybe like a week or two ago, or whatever it was. But I wanted to like push to finish Final Fantasy X too. And I played a little bit more of it, and I'm so like, I'm past the prologue, so I just got to the time skip, which is interestingly not 5 years, it's 2 years, but there's like some things where I'm like, I'm a little skeptical, but that said, it's really refreshing and relieving to be playing a game that takes place in Fodlan with these characters and feeling excited and invested again, because I just like that world, and those characters for the most part are like great. actually. And so it's nice to be playing something that's like fresh for me, and that I haven't seen like 1,000,001 times. I don't remember if this is a double battle. It looks like it will be. Pretty mixed, but you still like it. Yeah, it's fair. That's like more or less what I've heard about it too. I'm still gonna hold off on Judgment for a while. Although I can kind of play that as a one-off, which is a nice idea. But yeah, I think what do I do here? We've got EQ on Oni. I get bugged by this, and I'm gonna switch into Corneo. But yeah, Three Hopes has been fun so far. I've only really played those first few hours though, getting through the prologue. And I do want to reserve like most of my thoughts on it for whenever I do a video. I wonder if the game is gonna be short enough for me to do like all 3 routes and then do a video. I kind of think that would be nice to do, instead of kind of preemptively discussing it before, or like just after one route or something. Yeah, there's a lot to say, and I mean, I still need to get that 3 Houses video out, which I have not recorded yet, but I'm planning to get out by the end of the month, which means basically the end of the week. I think that should be doable. I mean, I more or less know what I want to say. I just needed to say it, like, somewhat concisely. Like over the span of, like, not 2 hours or something stupid. But yeah, I kind of have my videos planned out for the rest of the year, which is good. And I don't know if Gustavo, if you were here last time, but I'll probably make a post about this for like members, but I think I'm gonna start doing quarterly member exclusive videos, more casual, not like on specific games, but I've got some ideas, like some things that I don't know that would necessarily work for like a regular upload for any given reason. I can do those as member exclusive. And part of that is because YouTube's doing this like promotional thing for, I'm assuming, certain channels under certain criteria. So I'll get like a little, just like a noteworthy payday as far as YouTube is concerned, but I think they're offering like $200 or whatever if I do 2 member exclusive videos in the next month or something like that. One of which will actually be member exclusive, and the other, I think I'm just gonna make my regular upload member exclusive for like a day, or like 2 days or whatever it is. Just to like fulfill that criteria kind of deal. Have yet to feel mixed on brothership. So I'm assuming that means that you are actually just like straight up enjoying it. I've seen some things from certain channels about it, and there's like some things that I think seem odd about it, but I don't think it looks bad by any means. I actually think it looks a lot better, like stylistically and all of that, of like the footage I've seen of the full release compared to the initial reveal trailer. I thought looked a little, it's understandable because like, yeah, it's an earlier build or whatever, but it wasn't revealed that long ago either. I thought it looked like not rough like gameplay wise, but I just thought it literally looked a little rough when they first showed it. But the footage I've seen since then actually looks pretty good. Like the whole Luigi's actions being on, or his actions are on B, but selecting his action for that turn is on A. And like little things like that, I'm like, why? It's like, definitely not like it's the most minuscule of minuscule things, but it's also like, why though? I don't mind leading Type, because Type is not going to be that great into Misty, obviously. Leisure Pace. People said it was pretty slow at first. Nice. I'm glad that you're enjoying it enough to take your time with it and all of that. That was like my opposite experience with the last bit of oh, that's a problem. With the last bit of Final Fantasy X-2, where I was just like, I just want to be done with this shit. Can we get on with it? Like, I just want to wrap things up because I know I'm near the end. I don't get that way with every game, but like that's one where I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really care what's going on. Like, I was paying attention enough to like get it, but like I just didn't feel invested. I wasn't really that into it. And it has me looking at FF10 proper, at least slightly more positively than I previously was, which I was looking at it positively. I just don't think it's like God's gift to mankind. The review of Armored Core 6, it was good. I think a lot of the more technical stuff kind of went over my head because I haven't played it. But I enjoyed it. I liked how you structured it, and it was an interesting perspective to gain on a game that I otherwise wasn't super interested in. And even then, I'm honestly probably not gonna check it out, at least for a long while. But it's one of those I'll keep my eye on if it ever goes on a sale, or on like, you know, a steep sale. Just because I don't know that it's... I'm sure I would enjoy it to an extent, but it's like, it's not really necessarily my my cup of tea. I assume. I guess I would need to play it, obviously, to say so for sure, but yeah. Really noticed the slowness on the second playthrough. Didn't think you would be thinking about... Okay. That's always a good sign. That's always a sign that you're enjoying what the devs put out. Certainly. You obviously know that I'm a big proponent of like the desire to replay being an indication that you like a game more than average, probably. But it's also something that, you know, as a playthrough continues, it's like, not to keep dogging on Final Fantasy X-2, but that game has a New Game Plus feature, and so it has built-in replayability, and yet I don't necessarily see myself playing it again unless I'm specifically like, let's go through every Final Fantasy again, which I probably won't do in this to the same degree. I feel like if anything, it would be like one-off replays of like certain games. I don't really have a great switch for this. Like a great answer. BP should kill. Whereas Final Fantasy X, despite it being very linear and all of that, I could see myself replaying it again. Now, could I see myself replaying it again more than once? I don't know. But I would play it again and do the Expert Sphere Grid. Like, take that route. Just to like experiment and see like what the deal is. Something funny happened over the weekend. What's up? Flare Blitz, sweet times for resist. Yeah, sweet chew that. Goes for CC. So interesting that this hack gave Arcanine CC generations before it actually got it. Because I think Arcanine does have close combat now, as of like maybe Gen 8 or something like that. I mean, that is a common move to like distribute, or that was like in hacks like this, so it's not too surprising, but going to this on maybe Sleep Powder, or Grass Move, or Sludge Bomb. That's kind of bad. Because this thing's faster. I wonder if Sucker Punch kills. Oh my god, crit. Yeah, I was like, there's no way you one-shot me. I was gonna do a lot, but no way you one-shot. Stream is replaying through Xenoblade 1 as a revisit. You know, there's continuing. Nice. Nice. So the Xenoblade drought of content has a... What's the opposite of dried up? I guess like the seemingly dried up well is no longer dried up. That's fun. I don't have a switch for this because Oni's incapacitated. Do I just Psychic this for damage? Or do I come back into, like, Destiny Bond? I'm gonna Psychic once, because I don't think this one-shots me anyway. Even though this will tank pretty reliably. Oh, 2 KOs. It 2 KOs. Assuming you don't, shouldn't have said anything. Wow, okay, I should have come back in and debonded. Then again, I'm pretty sure Flamethrower does 50%. I mean, Evros has good Spit F though, but okay. I was gonna say though, like, I'm pretty sure this kills. What happens if you white out? He gives you the nugget first. So if you got the nugget and then white it out, you just could choose not to fight him and still keep the nugget, I guess. Although you probably lose, I don't know how much Poké dollars you would lose, whatever they're called. Maybe the equivalent to a nugget or something like that. Yeah, and Xenoblade X comes out in March, the re-release. And then an endless cycle of Xenoblade playthroughs. Hey, I mean, that's a series that you, like, greatly enjoy, so I mean, not necessarily a bad thing. Not that I think you're saying it that way, but it also, like, stuff like that can also prevent you from getting to new stuff or, like, chipping away at the backlog and all that, which I very much understand. Like, my current backlog, not counting stuff that's wishlisted, not counting stuff that I don't really plan to play currently or replay, but just the stuff that I actually plan to play, like, actually plan to play. The backlog, in that regard, is actually, slimming down as we go. Like, obviously, I have more Yakuza titles to buy. Obviously, I have really not that many Final Fantasy titles to buy. It's just 16 at the moment. But, like, yeah, there's, like, Trails, but I only have the first 3 currently, so that's my backlog, is the first 3 Trails games. Not everything else. I'll deal with that later. Add that to the backlog once I get through at least the first 2, kind of deal. Assuming it's something I want to continue with, obviously. But my point, what I was going to say, is I have been feeling still, though, where it's like, man, I really want to squeeze in a replay of this, and that. When am I going to find time to do that while I'm still chipping away at first plays of certain things? And the answer is, after I get through more first plays. Like really, I've played enough Yakuza stuff right at the moment to feel confident in, if I want to or feel like it, take a significant break from it. If I want to. If I feel the itch to jump into Judgment, I have it. So I can do that. If I want to jump into Yakuza 7, I could do that. I own it. And then, you know, Lost Judgment and 8 would be their sequels to those respective games, so I wouldn't play those until I played the first one, so it's one of those things. But, like, Final Fantasy, I've played through... I mean, some people don't count 10-2 as a mainline title, which is understandable, I guess. It's kind of unclear if it is or not. I think Wikipedia doesn't have it listed as a mainline title. but it's also somewhere between spin-off and mainline, because like it is a sequel, and it's still like an RPG. It's not like a different genre kind of deal. But I've played through FF1 through 10-2 at this point. 11's an MMO, so I'm gonna skip that. At least for the time being. Like, would I want to go back to 11? I don't know. I feel like I'd be better off just playing 14, if that's something I want to end up doing. So really, it's just 12, the 13 trilogy. I've already played 15, and I need to buy 16. But I'm not going to do that. Well, I'll do it if it's like steep enough sale for the fall sale or something. But I'm probably not going to pick that up until I'm like closer to being done with 12 and the 13 trilogy. And so that's only 4 games, 5 if you count 16, as far as Final Fantasy First plays. I played 7 Remake, I'm waiting for Rebirth to come to PC. It's like... And then I'm like basically caught up on mainline titles, period, which is... And then I know which titles I want to replay every now and then, and I can just do that as I please when the time comes. The thing is, I replayed FF9 last year, and I replayed FF6 this year. And I replayed FF4 this year as well. So it's like, I'm like a good number of years before I need to, like, want to be thinking about a replay. Unless we do get an HD 2D of FF6, which would be amazing. There was an interview recently where someone at Square mentioned the possibility of doing that, and I'm like, man. Like, that, I think that would be the way to remake FF6. As cool as it could be to see, like, you know, hyperrealism and, like, not hyperrealism, but, like, you know, the stylized realism and, like, whatever, it's just, like, I don't know. I feel like that game's too big to adapt into, something that ambitious. Whereas HD 2D would allow you to flesh out the things you could flesh out while still retaining, like, a feasible scope and scale. I don't have a grass move on anybody, right? No. This is a problem. You're gonna go for EQ, pretty obviously. You might have Ice Beam. Backlog isn't crazy long, but squeezing in replays. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Booted up Valkyria Chronicles 1 last week. Why? It just felt right. And see, that's like the way to do it with replays, I think. Obviously, if you have goals of, like... For me, it was like, okay, how many Yakuza games can I get through this year? Or, like, after finishing FF10, I was like, I would like to finish FF10 too this year. So that way it's just off my plate and I can just start fresh with, like, no baggage of, like, it being a sequel. Just, like, play FF12 on its own next year. Kind of deal. But yeah, squeezing in replays can be tough, but, like, when it feels right, it feels right. Like, I was due for a Persona 3 replay this year, and Reload happened to come out. It was, like, the perfect timing. I loved Reload. I think it is easily my preferred version of the game. Even if there are definitely some things that the PS2 version, like, debatably does better, but it's just, like, it is literally always with a remake, pros versus cons, and those are always going to be subjective. Always, always, always. Unless it's something like frame rate or something, but, like, that's, I don't know. Like, that is an objective thing, but, like, how much that matters, like, does ultimately depend on what kind of game you're playing, I suppose. Go for rock move here, right? Engage is probably your next replay, getting hard to ignore. How long is Engage? I'm assuming it's not as long as Three Houses. Because the Somniel, as far as I understand, is like... There's still a lot to do there, but it's not as... It doesn't feel as bloated in that way, maybe? As far as I understand. I'm really excited to play Engage. I know the story's gonna be dog shit, but that's fine. Because I know to expect that going in. It's fine. And I've also said this a million times where, like, that first trailer was an indication of, like, I could just tell the story was gonna be bad from the first trailer. I thought it was pretty obvious, and I mean, I'm not glad that I was right, because it'd be nice to have another Fire Emblem with a good story. Seems like every other Fire Emblem, well, Awakening story's okay. That's the best I can give it, is that it's okay. Fate's story is bad. Shadows of Valentia's story It's predictable and, like, you know, it's kind of tropey, but, like, it's good. It's, like, actually good. Execution is on point, I should say. Oh, I guess they did 2 in a row with good stories then, because Three Houses, there's problems, certainly, with, like, plot, specifically. But if you're talking all-encompassing story, like, you know, lore and characters, and even, like, even some plot events do hit hard, I would consider Three Houses to be a game with a good story baseline, right? There's definitely some dumb shit and some stuff that doesn't stick the landing, but I don't know, that's just how it be, I guess. It's rare for that not to be the case in any regard. Like, it's rare for that when it comes to, like, a very, like, anime-adjacent story, or, like, a very anime-adjacent, like, game with a focus on story. It's rare for there not to at least be some stuff where you're like, eh, or, like, some stuff where you're like, that's kind of dumb, but I can accept it because this, and that kind of deal. Like, you have to suspend your disbelief to like, maybe a greater extent than some others. And that's to say that I enjoy that kind of shit. Like, when it gets, like, wacky and kind of like, what the fuck? That's not necessarily what I'm talking about, though, but yeah. It's something that you come to expect from the genre, I would say. Because even Persona 3, as much as I love it, it's like, yeah, Strike is kind of underwhelming. I think they serve the story fine, like, they serve their role well, I guess, but they're not, like, super interesting character-wise, and, like, you know, it's a slow start, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's true. Still one of my favorite games ever. Like, still, even though, like, yes, I would actually agree with some criticisms of P3, for sure. Doesn't really bother me particularly in most cases. But yeah, that's all to say. Like, Engage, I'm just very curious to see how it plays, like, the differences there, because I like, even the people who were dogging on it seems to enjoy the gameplay and a lot of the systems and stuff like that. So it should be cool. Gotta get through Three Hopes first, though, and I'm thinking, like, depending on how long that is, I'm thinking, like, I'm gonna be kind of, I've said this a lot, I'll be in and out of town in February. Like, I'll be kind of around for the first couple weeks, sort of. Not really, actually. I'll be, like, very in and out. Like, here for a week, gone for about not like a full week, but it's like, why would I'm not gonna have, like, a ton of time to, like, work on shit, probably. Unless I try to do it on the go. So I'm like, it'd be great if I could be done with Three Hopes in time to have that be my last video before I go on break. Or, like, set that to be a video while I'm gone. Like, a video that releases while I'm gone or something. This is a bad switch. I don't know why I did this. He's gonna click Psychic. I went into this because Slowking has low Fizz Def. One for Swagger. If I break through, this is good. If I don't, I die. So, I'm gonna just try to break through, please. God damn it. Oh my god. Goes for Psych Up. Takes the attack boost is interesting. Please break through. 50-50. Yes, okay. 50 that way, 50 this way. Perfectly balanced. But yeah, like, Fire Emblem, that's actually good that you brought that up, Gustavo, though. Is like, sure, there's the first Fire Emblem Warriors, sure, there's FE 1, 2, and 3, sure, I could go back and, you know, finish a playthrough of FE 6, 12, or 14, being Fates, etc., etc., like, could, should, would, whatever you want to call it, but I would consider myself caught up once I finish Three Hopes and Engage, and even then, Three Hopes is more of a spin-off. I'm just playing it because I really loved Three Houses for a lot of reasons, and the fact that my most recent replay like wasn't really hitting the same because I've just played it. I played it so much that I've just seen it all, and it's not like I feel like I'm getting. It's scratching it. Playing Three Hopes has been scratching a similar itch, which is all I really wanted from it. And if I can deliver more than that, which like I'm enjoying the Warriors kind of gameplay of like sending people to different spots and like I'm still very early though, so I haven't really fully seen what it has to offer. But I like the way that it integrates some of Three Houses mechanics into an action Warriors game. I think it's very clever. The way that like battalions and combat arts and stuff are integrated into that. I guess it's sick. And if it's shorter and it scratches a similar itch, it's like this might be my go-to. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping this might be my go-to for like scratching that Fodlan Three Houses kind of itch. Instead of playing through Three Houses for the millionth time and like still having like similar issues with it that I currently do. What would you go for here? I guess I U-turn. Just in case I'm slower. Engage is as long as a normal playthrough of Three Houses. Maps are pretty good, some harder than others. Enemy units are placed fairly well. Is there as much of a reliance on rewind? Like with Three Houses maddening, I don't know if you ever played Three Houses on maddening, but with like the enemy reinforcements where it's like, how are you supposed to know? Like you trip the reinforcements and then it's like, okay, shit, I guess I have to rewind now, kind of thing. That's something that was apparent to me before this most recent replay, but yeah. That's good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp this. I discovered, I think it was last time or the time before, last time we fought a Relicanth, this thing has like 160 defense or something stupid. So, not worth trying to break on the physical side, so I think I go into Gar. And click T-Bolt. Yeah, and I mean, we should be due for... the next Fire Emblem, at least an announcement within the next, what do you want to say, 6 months? Definitely within the next year, I think. Because we covered this a few streams ago, where it was like, it's like every 2, maybe 3 years is typically a new Fire Emblem. That Engage was kind of an anomaly because of COVID, I'm assuming, was like a big component of that. Reinforcements are rare, but I think they let you know. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the reinforcements inherently, but it's when they're not telegraphed is a problem. Because there are definitely times in part 2 of Three Houses where if you... I forget, it's either after a certain turn or if you step past a certain threshold on a map where like reinforcements will show up and it's just like, well, how the fuck are you supposed to know that? But because you have the rewind, it's like, well, I guess it's okay, quote unquote, because I can rewind, but then it's like leaning too much into that, I think. And like, I still enjoy the Fire Emblems with rewind, and I guess the only ones I've played, and well, the only ones that exist are Shadows of Valentia, Three Houses, and Engage. And I've only played the first 2 of those. But I do enjoy, I very much enjoyed both of those titles. Granted, Shadows of Valentia feels manageable, like it could be manageable without having to rewind, honestly. Like if you play well enough. Like I feel like it gives you enough resources throughout the course of the game to like not have to worry about that too much. Three Houses leans into it a little bit too much for my tastes. Don't know how Engage, I'm assuming Engage will be probably somewhere in the middle. But it does have me missing the experience of playing through like Path of Radiance, which is, on the easier side, but like even like Radiant Dawn, which is harder. And just, I guess I did soft reset if I lost certain units, sure. That was like a first play, too. Shadow Dragon, I think, handled it well with map saves, where like there were certain spots on the map that you could save mid-map, and I'm like, that is the way to do it. If you're gonna have that, and then just have it be on harder difficulties, you have fewer of those, or none of them, or something. Like, it's really that simple. And I think that's how it works in Shadow Dragon, actually. It's a shame that that game looks like dog shit. Because that's like the main downside to Shadow Dragon, is that it looks like ass. But everything else about it is, like, well, I guess the story is, like, kind of standard, because it's, you know, the original Fire Emblem story, basically. But beyond that, I mean, it's good shit. Notice how powerful the rings are. Shows what they throw at you. Yeah, I actually think I'll enjoy it too, from a gameplay standpoint. I think it'd be good. It's exciting. It's always exciting starting a new game. Especially when it's like in a new universe kind of deal. What are you gonna go for here? This thing does get psychic, but I mean, do you have it? On a Polyrath? On your physical? Or like more of a physical attacker? I don't know if the set is physical. Dynamic Punch. Yeah, if I can get 3 houses, sorry, if I can get 3 hopes done, I think that'll be doable. Like, get 3 hopes done. Ideally, all 3 routes, if that's what I want to do. By the time I leave, for that to be like... Sorry, I know I shouldn't be doing this on stream. I should be, like, doing this on my own time, like, thinking through this out loud and all that, but... it just got me thinking. Let me real quick open my dock. It's like, that'll be that will be December. I think if this can be January... Okay, maybe even if I want to do this other video after, that can be something I prep to come out while I'm traveling. I've got a very busy couple of months coming up. Kind of. I mean, like, I've got enough time to, like, work on what I need to work on and, like, be home and all of that, but, this is why once I do the BN6 post-game, I'm gonna take a break from streaming for a few weeks. That's the plan, at least. Yeah, I've got some other ideas. I'll have to figure out what the other January video is gonna be. Maybe that could be 3 hopes, and then I do like a character tier list or something. If that's what I want to do. Because, dude, I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm going to do videos on it, but, like, I love Edelgard as a character, like, actually. There's just something about the way she carries herself that I really enjoy, and it's especially refreshing with the way that 3 Hopes is taking things. Because, like, it is somewhat of a different take on her character, like, at least slightly, but in a good way, I think. Because I am doing Black Eagles first, as I did with 3 Houses initially. But, never had a mock battle from Engage come up on YouTube. I think I just avoided a lot of Engage content. Like, even some of those even some of those videos that were, like, very, very recommendation heavy, like, God, there was that one video with, like, the red and the blue on one side where it was, like... Was it, like, Engage is, like, half a good game? Or it was like, something... Why Engage failed? Or, like, there was some, like, popular video within a few months of when it came out that I kept getting recommended, and I just said, like, not interested, because I didn't want to spoil myself, but, yeah, I don't really know, actually, how the mechanics work that much. I think I watched the first part or 2 of Mecha's playthrough, but then I bailed, because I actually won his, like, giveaway for a free physical copy, which was it could have been digital, but I opted for a physical copy, and, like, that was kind of crazy, and so I assumed I was gonna play it, and then I just never actually sat down and played it, which is pretty funny. But yeah. Oh my god. Seeking came out swinging. That horn drill. But yeah, as far as Three Houses, Three Hopes is concerned, like, y'all already know, I'm more so, yeah, nice, no, literally, it was pretty sick. And this was, like, back when the game came out, too. Because he did a giveaway where it was just, like, you know, just comment, and my comment was literally, like, yeah, I'm a pass. It wasn't exactly this, but it was more or less, like, I think I'm gonna pass or, like, hold off because the story I don't know if I said, like, the story looks like it was gonna be whatever, but, like, I don't know. I just wasn't that interested or whatever. And I ended up winning the free copy, which is funny. Like, very ironic. It's possible he still... Like, I don't know if it was, like, an actual random draw, or if it was more like he saw that comment and he was like, okay, this guy isn't planning to buy it, so we'll just throw him a bone here. But yeah, I mean, I watched, like, that first episode or two of Mecha's playthrough. But that was, like, back when it came out over, you know, what, a year and a half ago. So I don't really remember very much about it. I do know one of the early game spoilers, which is super predictable, but, so it's, like, whatever. But, again, with the story, it's like I'm not really expecting anything that great. Now, is the DLC any good? That's the question. Because Three Houses DLC... The characters that it adds to the base game are good. I like them. But the actual campaign, not a fan. I didn't think Cinder Shadows was that great. But adding 4 additional playable characters to the mix for shaking up your playthroughs and stuff, I mean, like, that's good shit. But yeah. So, I don't know, what is it, the Fell Xenologue? I don't know anything about that. About whether, like, if it adds anything to the main game, is it just a separate campaign? Is it worth playing? I don't know. I guess I can just make a choice myself if I play through the base game and I'm like, yeah, I want more. Images furthest behind. The torpedo goes down. This is before Pelipper got Drizzle. This is unlike giving Arcanine CC, where, like, that seemingly was a common thing back in, you know, 2012, whatever, in ROM hacks to do that. Whereas it wouldn't get it until Gen 8, but, like, Pelipper, I don't know if there was ever any inkling or anyone ever had the thought of, like, you know who should be a Drizzlemon? Pelipper. Like, prior to Gen 7. It just mixes the game. Just like the base game, it gives you more things to play with on the gameplay side. So does it... For the DLC... Okay, so it doesn't have, like, a component that gives you... There's not a component that adds more to the base game like in Three Houses? Like, you get more, engage rings or whatever they're called. What are they called? Engagement rings? I mean... It's a little bit too close. Like, engagement, it's like... Does Allier marry Marth? Is that canon? I'm just fucking around. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, time to get our shit rocked by Misty. I don't have a... Well, I have 1 water resist. There's no freeze dry, though, so I don't need to worry about that. As far as anything else, like, what would she lead? Would she lead Politoed? Is she running a rain team? If she's running Toad... I don't know what I do then. I could just lead Sizz and, like, get a strong U-turn off on something. I could lead Gar, but Gar probably doesn't one-shot, so I like to lead Sizz, U-turn, maybe into Gar. to T-Bolt, like, kill whatever her lead is or something. And then I can do some switching shenanigans with immunities to try to get Evire to sweep, maybe. The problem is his electric stab is T-Punch. And he's been failing to pick up KOs that I think he should be picking up. Could stand to have some additional attack investment if I had more, like, proteins to give him or something. Like, what is your attack stat? 173? That's pretty fucking strong. The same as Honchkrow. It's just that T-Punch is pretty weak. 183. Yeah, I mean... yeah. We'll see. Oh, you didn't buy it, okay. You get the iconic Ring Star characters, but the fellows Xenologue is separate. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So it's I know you didn't buy it, so like you don't necessarily know, but it sounds like it's a completely separate thing. Ba-bum. She does lead Toad, okay. The Drizzle. The infamous Weather Wars. Alright, we'll just U-turn. Do I leave a rain-boosted pump? I hope so. It's neutral. Politoad isn't the strongest thing ever, but it is rain-boosted. It'd be nice to live this, okay. We do live. Gar should outspeed. And we just T-Bolt. I mean, she could switch into a Water Ground, which would kind of suck. This is why I wish I had Energy Ball. In fact, she's gonna have probably a Quag, which is a problem. I guess I can not Toxic, I can Will-O-Wisp it with Typh. That's pretty risky though. I mean, I'm gonna have to maneuver around, like go into Kingdra and then I don't know what. I might have to Zac something into Quag, like actually, which is pretty pathetic. This team is just not really built to handle water type, so it's not really great into them. Goes into Starmie. Alright, this is what I was talking about before. You're gonna go for Psychic, right? Left. You're gonna go for Psychic here. And in fact, I had said... He goes for Pump. Okay, of course. Of course. This kills, which fucking sucks because I was gonna Sucker Punch. Or switch into Evire on the T-Bolt. You fucking asshole. Okay. I lose. Straight up. I just fucking lose. Literally lose right the fuck now. I lose. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do on that, dude. This is my thing. If I was conditioned to be like, alright, they might go for the neutral hit here, expecting a switch, but it's like, I don't understand how the fucking CPU AI works, man. It's so annoying. Because, like, it's predictable 99% of the time, and then they randomly throw shit like that at you. Alright, I live 2 Psychics, so I might, like, this, if I can kill this, I think I might be okay. I do have revives and shit that I could use. Goes for Psychic. Please don't get a high roll. Okay. We land the Draco. If we crit, this'll kill, for sure. Sniper boosted. Engage could be fun to stream. That could be an option. Yes. Kingdra. Neptune. God of the Sea. You love to see it. That actually saved my ass. Goes in the duck. Are you Swift Swim? You're not Cloud 9, because that would break the rain. You're Swift Swim then, right? I believe Golduck gets that, which means you outspeed, but also what do I switch into? If I'm trying to not use items, then this is at 4 for the rest of the battle. Doesn't really outspeed much, it's not Swift Swim. If this Kingdra was Swift Swim, then that would be a different story. There's no ability capsules. That sucks. Yeah, this is why we would run a Razor Claw plus Focus Energy for the Sniper crits. It's not great odds, but it's I think it's like 1 in 3, maybe 1 in 4. Crit odds are really bad prior to like Gen, was it 6 or 7 or whatever? Well, the base crit odds are the same in most gens, as far as I understand, but as far as raising them. Are you Swift Swim? I guess I find out if you're Swift Swim, right? You're not. So if I crit again, then I ignore my special attack drop, which also makes this set it's still bad, because crit chance is bad, but yeah, it would ignore the special attack drop if, whatever. At least I know that you're slower, which means you're slower than Gar, which means I can go into Gar here and click Thunderbolt, which should kill you because you're chipped, I think. In fact, 128. Oni's actually faster. Let me look at Golduck's stats real quick. I don't know this thing's actual stat. I know they're not good. But I just want to see, like, defense versus special defense. They're basically the same. Defense is like 2 points lower, 78 versus 80. Okay. Evire, get the kill. You were supposed to get a motor drive boost from Starmie, but Starmie clicked Hydro Pump like a bitch. So. Just pick up the kill, Evire. Come on now. Come on, Oni. You've got this. Nice. That wouldn't have one-shot, probably. This T-Punch is so weak. Once we get Volt Tackle, we're nuking shit. That's for damn sure. But yeah, Engage would be, if I were, I would be playing that. I do this in case I have a chance to para with this. Engage would be something I play after my whole like set of excursions in February. It's like when I get back in March, or like, you know, when I'm like finally done traveling, at least for the time being, in like early to mid-March or whatever it is. That would be when I would play Engage, and I don't really have much planned streaming wise. So like, yes, that could actually be an option. Is like actually streaming Engage, especially because I played, I played Genealogy, I've played most of Thracia, I've played most of Binding Blade, I've played 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, played about half of 12, played 13 multiple times, mostly back in the day. Never finished Fates, but I played enough of it to know it. Played Echoes once, played Three Houses a million times. So like, yeah, I'm very familiar with the series. That could be a fun, this is why we have EQ. Not literally this, but is one of the only things on my team that can actually touch this, so I have to take the hit. Because again, Energy Ball would be better on Gar, in most cases. Or at least if, like, Typhlosion got Grass Knot or something. Come on, no. Alright, that's fine. She might Hyper Potion, which is bad. I kind of wish I had Hex. Like, I wish Hex was in this gen, because then I could Will-O-Wisp Hex. Like, Will-O-Wisp with Typhlosion and Hex with Gar for, like, base 130 instead of 80. I think I'd just go Gar and Shadow Ball, though. Even if she heals, it should 2 a KO. Lantern's kind of thick, though. Yeah, it's not actually a bad idea, Gustavo. Like, streaming Engage, because it's such a celebration callback kind of title. It'll, like, I'll have not played it at all, but I can just be, like, playing Engage, Fire Emblem Engage for the first time, something like that. Right? Maybe we'll have a new system to play it on at that point. That'd be nice. Yeah, I'll tag Engage on my backlog as a potential stream game. Because, yeah, I wouldn't get around to that until I'm done traveling. I'm also thinking that I might... play Metaphor over the holiday. Like, that might be some... Oh, whoops. That might be something that I'm playing alongside the rest of Three Hopes. Potentially. Alright, Engage is tagged as a potential stream. I'm just gonna put this... Sorry, I should not be editing these docs on stream, but Fire Emblem Engage. In the streaming category. Because I've got some other stuff here, some ideas, but, you know, most of it's Pokemon stuff, because these games are super easy to stream. I know the mechanics, and I just know too much about Pokemon to, like, let it go. That's part of it. I do enjoy it, for the most part. It's just, like... Is this faster than Sizz? I feel like it'd be good to burn this, maybe? So maybe I sack Scizor? Is it even worth burning this, though? I'm trying to think. I just don't know if Scizor's faster. Because I'm locked into Shadow Ball. I want to click T-Bolt. So it's a matter of who I sack here. I guess I go Pele first. Because it might actually live one. If it doesn't, like, pump. Straight up. This or Surf. Like, okay. We probably die to this, but, like... Maybe not? Rain is permanent, right? So it's still up. Okay. Yeah, it's rain boosted, so no. If it wasn't rain boosted, I think I would live one, but yeah. Okay. May recall most of the callbacks. Yeah, I think especially because I know Sigurd is, like, particularly prominent, at least early on, as an emblem. Let's see if we're faster. We're not faster. Fuck. I should have BP'd for Chip then. Shit. Well, Gengar, either live one or crit. Either live one or crit, please. D-Bond wouldn't save me. I think I would still... It would end in a draw. Like, in this gen, I looked it up last time. In this gen, they faint before you do with D-Bond, but I don't think that'll give me the win. I think it'll just send me to the Pokemon Center. Okay, that did a lot. Gengar, live one. Please. Is it Specs? Is it, like, actually Specs? I saw off reset because, it's actually worse for me because I don't have that, I don't gain that experience on my Mons. That sucks. Misty, I mean, I had a feeling Misty was gonna fuck me up. Now I know to anticipate Hydro Pump off of Starmie, or, like, go to something else, save Corneo for a safe Sucker Punch, which probably one-shots. Barring, like, a Cobra Berry or something. She leads Toad. This did live Pump, so I kind of did like that, Kingdra saved me. Maybe I go hard Kingdra on the Starmie. Yeah, I've played literally every Fire Emblem except for the first 3, and even then I've dabbled with FE3 a little bit. But, like, mostly because those games have remakes already. These are, you know, the first 2, it's like I played the remakes. And I get it, it's not a replacement, whatever, but those games are old as fuck, and they're also fan translations, etc., etc., so it's like, I don't know. I guess the first game did get a translation officially, but I can't buy it anymore, so... Back to emulation I go, Nintendo. You did this to yourself. Go fuck yourselves. Okay, I didn't mean it, please don't attack me. No, I think I'm fine. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know what they expect. It's stupid. But yeah, I don't have a problem playing, like, old games, but when it comes to, like, old turn-based games especially, I'm like, Like, that's really the thing. I feel like turn-based games in a lot of ways have, like, maybe not only gotten better, or, like, to a point, but I do feel like in a lot of regards, turn-based games have continued to improve. Whereas I think, like, action-oriented games, like, you know, platformers and stuff like that, from that era, like the NES, Super Nintendo era, hold up better. And I would say Super Nintendo RPGs are definitely... I feel more enticed by those than, like, NES or Famicom games, personally. That is T-Bolt. But even then, like, the Super Nintendo era isn't my favorite era of RPGs. In fact, it's hard for me to pinpoint, because I still have, like, gaps in that knowledge, like Dragon Quest or something. Like, if I play Dragon Quest 8 and I love it, then it's like, okay, PS2 gen might be my pick. right? Because I already know Atlas had a great run on PS2. Final Fantasy has been... I will see how I feel about 12. FF10 is really solid. I did enjoy that. Alright, if you use Psychic here, I swear to fucking god. They should pump, because I did the exact same plays. Go fuck yourself, dude. I don't understand. I guess because I made that play was different, so that the AI made a different decision there. But you click Psychic again because I ×4 resist, right? Right? Yes, okay. I don't know why this thing pumped the first time around. It makes no goddamn sense. I think Sucker kills, because it's not Colbur, and we're dark glasses, we're black glasses boosted. Oh my god, it's Sash. No, it's not. I'm just unlucky. Fuck you, man. Oh my god. It's obviously one-shots me, and then I can't even... Oh, it didn't! Honchkrow, you... This is my favorite mon of all time. You have now usurped Weavile for being the fucking clutch god. Holy shit. Corneo was like, you want to live on like 5 HP. I'm gonna live on like 5 HP. You want to pull that shit? I'm gonna pull that shit right back on you. Fuck yeah. Corneo, you beast. You the Patrick Star, I love you. I love you. I save this to get big damage on Vaporeon, I guess. I don't think I want to sack anything if I can help it. I don't know what I go into, though, because Lapras is kind of a problem. Yeah, that's true. I was talking shit on Honchkrow's defenses, but it does have a solid... In fact, I think it got buffed by like 5 in this hack. I think it has slightly higher HP than normal. But yeah, that HP stat is good. It's good. And plus, T-Bolt not being stab off of Starmie also matters, of course. I got Draco, just for Chip. Thank god it landed. And if I crit because of Razor Claw, or like just whatever, then all the better. Okay, that's just regular damage, that's fine. I think... Is that enough Chip for Evire to kill? I'm trying to remember how much Evire did last time. With T-Punch. Either way, I feel like, unless you literally have Psychic, which I think... I don't even know if Lapras gets Psychic. But lots of Gen 1 Mons get Psychic, so I don't know. But I think... I don't remember how much T-Punch did specifically, but this might kill. We're obviously under-leveled, but like that's the way it goes with RPGs, with me, for me at least. I'm not gonna... Let's grind up to her ace. Then it's gonna be too easy at that point. Not doing a Nuzlocke, at least. If you're doing a Nuzlocke, you kind of have to do that, which is why I don't like the Nuzlocke strat, because then it's like, oh, you have to grind up to their level to have a chance, and then permanently lose your Mons. So that's fun. I was saying I want to save Honchkrow. What did I do with this last time? I T-bolted. I got damage on it and T-bolted. I'm trying to think. Type is probably like... I can go into Type on the Psychic. Because, like, what is Type going to do? It's going to burn something, maybe? There's a Tox. Okay. Okay. I'm glad I didn't go Honchkrow on an anticipated Psychic. That's fine. Do I burn this? That's not going to do much, because our attack stat's bad. In fact, why do I still have Cut on this? I did this because of some cut tree that I had to use recently for some reason. Or no, there were optional stuff by the power plant. And this thing's move pool's dog shit, so it doesn't get anything better, really. I'm just going to try to burn for Chip. This is was it Gen 7 burn? When burn damage was like, is it 1/6 currently? Or no, sorry, currently it's like 1/12, maybe? And it was 1/6 in this gen or something like that. I don't know the exact number, I just know that it does less damage these days. Which is why Toxic Orb was sometimes used on Gutsmons in like Gen 3. Oh, no, sorry, Toxic Orb didn't exist in Gen 3. I mean, like, in Gen 4, I guess it would be. I think like Swellow and stuff like that would run Toxic Orb because you take less damage on the first turn than Burn. Because Toxic like builds up, obviously over time. It does like, I think Toxic does the same damage as current Burn on the first turn and then ramps up. My bitrate is like shitting itself for some reason. Hopefully that's not reflected on y'all's end. This was happening at the start of the stream too, and it's pissing me off. I just flame for Chip. I just flame for Chip, and then oh, that did 0, wow. Well, we're in the rain, I'm dumb. I should have used Cut. That probably would have actually done more. But it's fine. Wait, I just wanted this to get Chip, and also to not have to sack something, basically. And I think Gar T-Bolt probably kills this. Also, turns out she didn't have a Water Ground, which is interesting. It seems like an oversight, because a strong electric type would maybe just wipe you. Like a Jolteon or something would kind of fuck this team up. Even like Scarf Jolt to outspeed the Swift Swimmers. Not that I think she has any Swift Swimmers on her team. And why is my bitrate so shit right now? I don't get it. Oh, that's right, she has Lantern though. It's showing a stutter. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know why it would be doing this. Twister Surf. Okay. I figured I would live 1, so I can EQ this, get some big damage. I don't... Seems fine now, okay. I might just need to reset the router, but I don't want to do that midstream. Nice crit, I think that mattered. I don't think that one-shot last time. This is why I want Soft Sand on Oni. It'd be like perfect for it. Vape. Your last. She did the Ocelot thing. You're pretty good. That's more like Snake, but pretty good. You're pretty good. I can't do a good Solid Snake or Big Boss. Type too soon. It's weird because the kilobits per second look fine, but it's like in the red. Like I have 1 bar on OBS. Now it's like my bitrate's way higher. Now it's like what it should be. Now it's lower. I don't get it. Oh, we got the para, which is cool. Although you probably full restore, right? That was the issue last time, maybe. Something like that. Also, it's probably just water absorb, I guess. I just go Gar and T-Bolt. Because if you heal up, then this... I remember this like barely didn't kill, right? You heal up. This barely doesn't kill. You either heal up again or die. So, yeah. There's definitely 2 KOs. I'm a little upset about the bitrate thing. I don't get it. Do I need to, like, update my Wi-Fi driver? Or my... I'm on Ethernet, though. I'm wired. There's a wired connection. Yeah, she heals up again, exactly. I don't... OBS, bitrate, fluctuating. I did just update OBS, but that's because it was giving me issues. Nice crit, didn't matter. 2-shot, anyway. Bitrate fluctuations. Can I search, like, past week? Is this like a... It's probably just me. But it's the same thing, like, the last couple times, the chat will say, like, disconnected, and then reconnected. Like, okay. It seems fine now. On OBS, it's looking fine. It's in the green. I've got 4 bars. The bitrate is where it should be. So she gives us Water Pulse, which is hilarious. It's good in Fire Red and Leaf Green, like early game, but at this point we have Surf already, so it's like, yeah. What better move could she give us though? There's not really a better water type TM, is there? Pump isn't a TM. Also, some of these in this hack, some of these TMs you gain access to earlier on. Like, I think we already had Water Pulse at one point. And I know, like, Psychic I already had because I taught it to Gar. And, like, Sabrina's gonna give us Psychic, I think? Maybe she gives us Psych Up? Or something weird? I'm pretty sure it is Psychic, though. Alright, Misty's taken care of, despite our water weakness. Wouldn't have been any better with Mamo, so, yeah. Still doing the gym battles with no items, which is pretty fun, I gotta say. If I had to erase my entire team and go back to the drawing board, I would uninstall the game. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so they're still suffering from a blackout even though the power plant is fixed, but this is a shortcut. Are there as many hidden items down here as there are in actual Kanto? Cursed Stream. We haven't even been to Lavender Town yet, and I'm cursed, so that's fun. I noticed that, like, even on my end, for some reason that, like, looped back to the beginning or something. Like, the playback, like, went back to the beginning, so I was nervous. We should be fine, though. I don't know what's happening. My Wi-Fi has been fine otherwise, so I don't know what's going on. We feed this guy the Rage Candy Bar, he crashes out. Game 64. Something shit. Oh, Explosion. I guess it could be worse. Actually, this is a gen that Explosion's actually good. Unless they... I mean, a lot of Gen 5, like... well, not a lot, but some Gen 5 changes were made in this hack, I know. Like giving Mons access to moves that they have in Gen 5 that they didn't in Gen 4, not like adding moves that didn't exist, but you know what I mean, I think. But Explosion still has the opponent's defenses in, or defense rather specifically, in Gen 4. That was a change that was made in Gen 5. I can't imagine that was changed for the hack. So we could run Boom on Gar over D-Bond. I feel like D-Bond is better though, because Gar's gonna outspeed most things. This is a gen where you can spam D-Bond and get it to still proc. So it's effectively the same thing, and Explosion could fail to pick up KOs on certain things too. So I like D-Bond better, I think, in that case. I mean, I guess, yeah, if they fail to pick up the KO, but we're playing against the dumbest AI on the planet, so it's like, it's not like playing against a real player, where in like competitive, if you click D-Bond and they assume you're going to click it again, they'll just switch out or something, right, to play around it. But in this case, you can kind of just get away with spamming it and win. I wish Typhlosion had Earth Power. We're not there yet. Are there more trainers I can fight? Let me look at the map. So, Viridian Forest is blocked off. I'm assuming it's going to force me... I'm assuming it's still blocked off. So we went to Digless Cave, we went through here, we cleared all of this, cleared all of this. I bet Rock Tunnel is still clear, or cut off. This has a Snorlax blocking the way, so I don't think there are more trainers to fight. Unless those blockades were lifted, which I doubt. Considering we can't go to Saffron. I'm not a fan of this. It is a way to circumvent the level scale, or the lack of level scaling, but I don't think this is it's not my preferred solution. Damn. I got so lucky getting the first one on the first try. It's literally random. It's randomly next to it, right? God damn it. I'm usually pretty lucky when it comes to this puzzle. I thought it was always adjacent, and I don't think it's like a specific direction. I guess it can't be because it could be on the outer edge kind of deal. Alright, well, time to fight the trainers, I guess. Maybe, maybe not, actually. I like the redesigns for really all the gym leaders, honestly. I like how they are slightly redesigned, slightly older and all of that. It's pretty cool. Little double battle. Double battle-a-rooney. Yeah, Rotom is there, where it's just in case you thought about clicking EQ. I'm still gonna go into this and click EQ though. But this, were the types changed? I think the types were changed for this hack. In Gen 4 Rotom, all the Rotom forms were Electric Ghost. But I'm pretty sure this was changed, because Gen 5 did exist, yeah. So that change was made for the sake of this hack, which is good, because I think that's more interesting. There are pros to having the Rotom forms be Electric Ghost, certainly. Blocking Rapid Spin and, you know, just being immune to fighting, I guess, in general, but yeah, I think it's more interesting having them be their actual types. Safe EQ to kill Buzzington. I think all the Rotom forms have the same defense stats, assuming they shouldn't be EV invested because it's a regular trainer, so this should one-shot all of them. Yeah. I love Gengar having Levitate. That's something that's probably going to be not the case in Aurora Crystal, maybe, which is kind of a bummer. Because, you know, new gen stuff. And it's like, that's fine, but, yeah. If they kept it... That's my thing, is like, I don't mind new gen stuff in hacks, but I'm like... I just don't really like Gen 8 and 9 that much. And I mean, some of the changes are fine, I guess, but... I'm like, okay, if you brought it up to Gen 6, like, I'm cool with that, I guess, because then Gar would still have Levitate, but... Oh. Well, only Earthquakes on literally nothing. That's fun. We need a Pokemon with an ability, not Mold Breaker, because Mold Breaker only ignores Levitate, but we need like something that ignores ground immunity or something like that. I think that would be a fun gimmick for an ability or something like that. You could literally just call it grounded or something like that. Basically giving the gravity effect on switch in. I think that's kind of a cool idea. I want to say this Rotom form was given Motor Drive in this hack. Why am I switching? That's the question. I could just Brick Break the Chode and continue Shadow Balling the Rotom. And the bitrate's fucking up again. I don't understand. As long as the stream has been, like, concurrent and it hasn't, like, actually stopped, it's not gonna matter for the VOD. Which, like, it's more important that you guys have a good experience. I do acknowledge that. For sure. But there's not really much I can do. I'll probably check on the router after this, though. Whenever I'm done. Although I gotta keep in mind, my run time on OBS is not the actual run time. Hold on. It should be one straight VOD, though. I'm a little bit nervous, I guess because I refreshed the page. Let me pull it up on my phone real quick. Ah! It's time. Yes. The closest of combats. Close quarters combat, huh? I don't know why it's showing that you can only rewind 10 minutes. I think that's going to change in the actual VOD, though. Do I EQ? If you Magnet Rise, that's bad. I'm just going to CC. Okay, cool. Yeah, that should work. Ideally, that Three Houses video goes out on Saturday or Sunday. Like, I'll be done with it by then, or like processing it or something. And then, because I want to get that done before I like record something new, or well, something for like later, like the end of the year kind of deal. Thing is, I've had power outages in the middle of streams, and then I've like started OBS up again, and the VOD ends up being like everything. So I just hope that I didn't lose that first hour and a half or whatever it's been. I guess I know that I started around 6:30 my time, so we're approaching like the 2-hour mark in maybe 10 or 15 minutes. All right, these guys hit 58. Corneo's not gonna be able to do much. It'll sucker punch something of Surge's, but yeah, we'll fight this guy, go heal, fight Surge, figure out if I need to do Rock Tunnel, because I think next time is gonna be like a bunch of gym badges, because there's really not that much more to do past Rock Tunnel. Like, you get to Celadon, and then like, yeah, there's a route or two before Fuchsia, right? I guess you would go the long way. The cycling road, I think, is blocked off by a Snorlax. Or no, maybe that's in Fire and Leaf Green. Now, there's only one Snorlax in this, right? There's two in the actual Kanto. But there's only one, I think, here, which is blocking past Diglett Cave. So I think it's like Rock Tunnel to Lavender Town, get the Poke Flute thing, to Erica, and then Koga is just like, you know, a route or two away or whatever it is, down Cycling Road or down the other way. And then Sabrina's in the middle, so you just gain access to her immediately. Blaine, there's like, yeah, those water routes, but not really much beyond that. And then Blue, you just go to Viridian City and fight him once you have 7 badges. Or, well, I guess you talk to him on Cinnabar first, but point being, once I get through Rock Tunnel, it is just like, it should be pretty much, with some routes in between, like bam, 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 gym after gym after gym. So I think it'd be nice to get through Rock Tunnel, if it's going to force me to do that, this stream. I think that'll be like a good, and I think Rock Tunnel is, I want to say, is it smaller? I can't say that I've been through Rock Tunnel in this game too much, because you don't have to do it, normally. Which I guess makes this change structure kind of a positive, because like it forces you to explore more, but then again, is forced exploration really exploration? The answer is maybe. I haven't thought about it too much. And then begs the question, it's like, well, why not force us through Dark Cave or more of Mount Mortar or something like that in that case, right? Bitrate's shitting again. Okay, I'm just gonna power through. I don't know what's going on. White Surge. Oni's gonna be great here. Should be. So watch out for Magnet Rise, obviously. Who do I lead? I feel like Scizor is just a good lead because you get U-turn chip. Scizor can like live pretty much anything, barring a fire move, and you get U-turn chip. Oh, you have to do this again? I thought this stayed. Oh. I thought this stayed open. Maybe that's only once you defeat him, I guess. Oh. Okay. Oh my god, it's this one, isn't it? Should be right next to it. Oh. Oh my god! It was probably right next to me, which is what I thought about doing. God. Okay, there's two options. Okay. Thank Christ. Dude hit the reset button. Like he saw that we solved it and we walked out and he was like, guess I'm resetting the puzzle now, bitch. Let's just go for it. Hey, you little dyke. It may not be very smart to challenge me, but it takes guts. When it comes to electric-type Pokemon, I'm #1. I've never lost on the battlefield. He's just like shouting, like constantly. I'll zap you just like I do all my enemies in battle. Surge is cool. Lieutenant. Only a lieutenant, though? We're trapped. Who's trapped, though? Maybe you. I think I just Rock Smash. Oh, yes. 50-50. We dodged that. I think Sap Cannon would have certainly killed because it is very strong. It's like an insanely strong move. I'm in danger. Although, no, the AI is fucking stupid. It heals here. And then because of the defense drop, this kills. So that was kind of lucky. Granted, I think Rock Smash has... Is it a 50-50 to defense drop? I know Rock Smash has like a higher... It has a high odds to defense drop. More than the usual 10 to 20%, I would think. Yeah, 50%, yeah. Dude, this Rock Smash had a base power of 20 in Gen 2 and 3? Good lord. Why do I not remember that? From Gen 3, in particular. We're locked into Rock Smash. I don't know what you go for here. Do you go for Cotton Guard? Do you go for Electric Move? I'm gonna just bank on, like, T-Bolt or something coming out here and just EQ. Oh, okay. Thank you for not burning. Nice dodge. Keeps going for inaccurate moves like a dum-dum. Doesn't heal up again. Okay. Pretty sure you have another full restore. Maybe they reserved that for their ace or their last? Bit rate's shitting itself again. I don't get it. He has his own Evire. Probably with EQ. Or you go for CC. Either way, I go into Kage. Because there's no way you go for electric move, right? Are you that dumb? Okay. I go for Psychic. Why does everything keep living on one? Hate it. Damn, even this is probably like max attack invested. Well, maybe, I mean, maybe it's bulk or something, but if it's EV'd, I'm surprised I didn't kill, but that just goes to show that Thunder Punch is really weak. You have Shadow Ball much of the time. I like the idea of Sucker Punch. If you electric move here, that's bad. I kind of want to go into a Ghost Resist, though, because this does get Shadow Ball. It's one of its only coverage options, is what you would click here. Unless I'm at, like, low health, so it might go for the mid ground of clicking electric move, where, like, it'll kill me at this range, or it hits whatever's coming out. I don't know what to go into. I guess Neptune is safe. I guess Stark is safe. I think I'm in a good spot. Bullet Punch might be good later on. But I'm like, I want to go into... I'm going to go into Stark. And just, like, see. Because if you go for Shadow Ball... Okay, it goes for T-Bolt. Like, I had a feeling that was going to be what happened. But I was not sure. You T-Bolt again, right? Because it kills and it's stab and it's a Scizor that... Blah, blah, blah. Okay, nice. Finally. Alright. If this is Shuka, I'm gonna be Shuka. If this lives, then I'm PK Hexing in Soft Sand. Okay. Goes into the Reich. I wouldn't be surprised if this kills. I wouldn't be surprised if it barely lives, though. Seems to be a trend this stream. Oh, it kills. Nice. Yeah, having an electric immune Pokemon with Earthquake is kind of the play. Also, we outspeed at +1, which is sick. That's pretty sick. Pretty sure this one-shots. Yeah. The thing is, I had like a... Oni is like literally made to counter this team, basically. I mean, I didn't have that in mind, but it just happens. You know, we're electric immune with EQ and all that. I probably could have just led Oni and been okay. But I think baiting the electric move to get the speed boost is, was a good call. Got what, Shockwave? Yeah. Or Charge Beam, sorry. Charge Beam. Pretty sure Evire is the only one who gets that on my team. But yeah, if I wanted to run mixed Evire, that's not a terrible option. I'd probably just run Discharge, though. And then run, like, Magnet Rise, or something like that, as a 4th slot. Or just run a 4th attack. What I'd run as a 4th attack? I guess another special move, maybe, like Psychic. For opposing fighting, maybe. Because I have a Levitator and a Flying Mon, so I don't really necessarily need Magnet Rise, but I like the idea of it is, like, interesting. I just don't think it's worth actually running. Okay. So... I just want to confirm that Viridian Forest is blocked off. I just want to see, you know, if I never check. But I do have a feeling that it's going to be blocked off until literally it's time to fight Blue, probably. I do need to, like, actually sit down and do that. Jot some notes down, basically. Some talking points for that video. My thing is I really need to, like, get on producing this video for this weekend. That's what I'm kind of stressed about right now. But once that's at least recorded, which I'm planning to do tomorrow, ideally, then I should be able to throw together something and send that your way. I don't hate the idea of actually getting together a little beforehand, though, and, like, kind of going over it a little bit. But then again, like, I don't know. I don't want it to be, like, totally off the cuff, because then we'll end up going on tangents and shit, but yeah. Let me think, though. Saffron is blocked off for sure, which means, yeah, literally I do have to go through Rock Tunnel. Which I figured, I just wanted to see. And I know it's been a while since I last played this hack, but I'm like, I don't remember this being, like, how this hack works. Like, having to do them in order. I don't remember this being a thing. Yeah, I'm just, like... It's just because I'm super behind on, like, a lot of shit right now. And I want to make sure that I have enough time to, like, spend on those projects. Which wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't working more than usual, which is good. But it's also, like, I've had less time lately to work on some of that stuff because I've been working more. But I mean, it is Thanksgiving week, so I'm working tomorrow, but I'll be off. I think I'm going to be off the rest of the week, as far as I know. So that'll give me the time that I need to work on the video, take some notes for our little collaboration, and it's really not that much, like, just some talking points, you know, the main antagonist of, like, each given game, you know, like, it's gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be, like, pages and pages and pages of notes kind of deal. But, like, I did mark down my rough, like, play time for each game. And I have some ideas on, like doing, like, maybe a brief, like, spoiler-free kind of dealio, at the start or something kind of deal. But I'll just go into that with you, one-on-one. Let me get a chance to chat about that. And I mean, even if... No, I feel like next weekend we could just meet up, just, like, go through the notes kind of deal and, like, just get started and just, like, do it. Okay. I wish I had Flash here. Even with the jank thing. Also, are there, like, no trainers here? I don't remember Rock Tunnel in this game at all. Rock Tunnel and Fire and Leaf Green, or in actual Gen 1, I could maneuver blind. Like, I would purposefully... I would avoid teaching one of my mons Flash because it was an HM at that time. I would avoid it, and then I was able to get through fine because I had played through the game so many times. Revive. I'm just, like... If there are 56s in the wild, I kind of just want to, like, lead Gar. AP up is good. I'm just like, did I miss anything here? Is there like another path? No. There's something down here. There might be some rock climb things going on. I don't remember any stairs in Rock Tunnel. That's why I'm like confused. Rock Smash. We do have a Rock Smasher conveniently. Because it's actually good on Scizor. Oh no, wait. Is this a dead end? Nose Pass is a weird guy. Nose Pass, though, is a very rare encounter in, what's it called? Is it called Dewford Cave? No, Granite Cave, right? And I remember because one of the few times that I've completed catching every mon in a regional dex was Pokemon Ruby. And I remember Nose Pass was one where it was like, it was just a mon that I had seen because Roxanne uses one. But it was like, where the fuck do you get this thing? Because it's a rare encounter in, like, one specific cave. Which is fine. I think that's neat. It's just like, yeah, that and Feebas. Although, well, then again, finding a Nose Pass I don't think was that hard once I knew where to find it. Feebas, on the other hand, oof. And I think Feebas literally was the last mon I needed. Well, I guess and Milotic, but I'm trying to remember if, like, someone traded me their Milotic at one point, and so I had it registered. Alright, this is all rock climb shit. I guess I just leave, then. Oh, fuck. Whoops. Is this where I came from? Bitrate is shit. Yeah, this is the exit. Why does the egg have a zit? I don't know. You should probably throw it out, though. If that's the case. Terrible joke. Please clap. Yeah, I'm just very annoyed at OBS or like my internet right now. I'm trying not to let it like affect my mood, but I'm just like, why? Bling. Bling-a-ding-ding, baby. Alright, let's leave. Don't have a strength mon. Why did it not occur to me that your Pokemon could, like, block opposing trainers? That's funny. Cute. Oh, I thought you were gonna be a rock-type hiker, not a fighting-type hiker. That's a problem, kinda. Well, if I didn't have this. In a generation where knockoff isn't good. Or distributed. Yeah, they always go for Stone Edge, though. As the mid-ground. Psychic should kill you, though. The worst thing would be if the VOD doesn't have everything. Again, it should. The VOD should be like the full stream. Because as long as I don't click end stream on YouTube's end, it should be like one continuous thing. Like when my power went out. Maybe several times actually. But I know that one Twilight Princess stream, it definitely did. And I was able to continue streaming from that same VOD. Or that same like session or whatever. Fair song. I don't think I will. Soif. Should kill. Yeah, I still like Gen 5 better. Gen 4 is still, like, probably number 2, though. Generation-wise. I'll have to replay Gen 7 again and just, like, see. Especially because those are number 2 and 3. For generations, that is. So. Although I do think I enjoyed, like, Renegade Platinum more than I thought I would. I think that was the case. I mean, I think going into it, I was looking forward to it. But it might be one of those cases, honestly, where... Are you water absorb? You're not, okay. I don't know why I had an inkling that this would be unaware. It's really a Gen 4 problem across the board, because, like, rock climb is a thing. Granted, rock climb is, like, mandatory to complete the story in Platinum, whereas it's only mandatory here for Mount Silver. There's Draco. But this shouldn't has Whirlpool. But Sinnoh has Defog, but Defog isn't really mandatory. It's annoying to not... It's annoying to take that route to Celestic without using Defog. Because, like, evasion is increased on everybody, I think. But, you don't technically need it. Whereas you literally need Whirlpool. At least that one time in Dragon's Den. And then some more times if you need, if you're playing Soul Silver. But yeah. And, like, you know, Cut and Rock Smash are, like, kind of equivalent, where it's like, okay, there's, like, 1, maybe 2 times that you need it. Actually, no, it's more than that. Because you need it for, like, Victory Road and shit. It's just so stupid. The HMs, that's, like, a major thing. And again, I know HMs are a thing in Gen 5, but they are not... They're not as prevalent. They're not. They're just simply not. Like, dive is totally optional. That's like post-game shit. Waterfall, I think, is totally optional. There's some waterfalls in Victory Road and Black and White 2. I would say Black and White 2 is a little bit worse as far as, like, mandatory HMs. Because I think you can play through Black and White 1 maybe without even having to use Surf at all? Is that true? I'm trying to think. Black and White 2, you have to use Surf. Which is fine, because Surf is an actual good move. But I'm trying to think of Black and White 1. And I don't think there's a case where you actually need to use Surf in that game. There's one mandatory cut tree, whereas in Black and White 2, I don't think there are any mandatory cut trees as far as I'm remembering. There's some optional ones in, like, Victory Road, and, like, some other routes and whatever. Fly is technically always optional, but it's too convenient to leave off, I think, a lot of the time. Surf is actually good, so you don't mind running it. Strength is usually kind of shit, but at least in Gen 5, when you reposition a strength boulder, it stays. So that's something. That is indeed something. I mean, I'm not going to really catch anything else, right? Water Pulse is shit. These moves are good, but no one learns them. Like, if Evire got Bulk Up, I'd run Bulk Up. Shockwave is garbage. Iron Tail's kind of garbage. These are all good, but, like, nobody really wants them on the squad. Snatch is kind of shit. I'd rather just taunt. I guess Snatch has priority, I think, but yeah. Ling... I don't know if anything gets this. It could be an interesting tech. Charge Beam. I wish Evire got Drain Punch and Bulk Up. 2 Rock Slides. Yeah, all these other moves are, like, good. Just a matter of not being able to really use them. Yeah, so we got through Rock Tunnel, like, way faster than I thought. I expected it to be... Like, I have in my mind Kanto Rock Tunnel, which is, like, a lot of trainers, a lot longer. And that actually indicates to me I have been through Rock Tunnel in this game. Because I do remember there being rock climb things going on, but it's just, like, I don't know. So we can at least head over to Celadon, I guess. I can get the Poke Flute, though, maybe. Maybe they're gonna force me to... Because we fixed the power plant. Normally that's the prerequisite. Okay. Got the Poke Flute, so maybe now... I don't know if Saffron's gonna be open. But I'm wondering, like... Now I can probably, like, certainly go to Fuchsia, right? This way. And then ride up this way to Celadon if I wanted to. Janine is typically the lowest level Kanto leader. Park, that's right. Saffron might only unlock once we fight Erica and Janine. That might be the kicker. Either way, like, this is a short route that would be worth clearing today. This has no trainers. These I've already... Well, this has no trainers also, this one. This is already clear from last time. So at least if I clear here, then it's like, okay, this entire, like, upper area, it's really just, like, the routes to Fuchsia that would be... need to be cleared kind of deal. And this one route next to Vermilion. So let's do this. Gain access to Celadon. Because, like, I might even be partial to, if I can clear these routes, maybe doing that before Erica, but then again, my team kind of handles grass types pretty fucking well, actually. Like, we got you, we got you, we got you. Even this, like, there's lots of grass poisons. I've got Psychic on this. Ice Beam on this, even. So, like, I handle... I feel like Erica's gonna be a piece of cake. Let's just get there, at least. And hopefully next time my internet isn't garbage randomly. Milton. Gentleman indeed. I'm walled by this. Right? I mean, you're Flash Fire. You might have something weird like Earth Power. I just go into Neptune, I guess. I don't fucking know. When does Typh get, when does Typh get Earth Power again? 63? That's not as late. I thought it was gonna be like 70 something. 63, like, that will hit that before, we're done with the gym, certainly. We're rounding everyone at a 58 right now. And what, we were level 50 for the Elite Four. So about two, it's been on average, I guess, like 2 levels per badge increase on average. We're like 52 for Brock, maybe. Probably weren't quite 54 for Misty. Maybe we were, though. It was this stream, but I'm not really, like, paying that close attention to those details exactly. I see what level we are now. And like 56, maybe a little bit more for Surge or something like that. And then now we're gonna hit 58 for Erica. And then like 60 for Janine, 62 for Sabrina. We'll have Earth Power by Blaine, I think, which is good. Oh my god! Jeez. Eruption. I kind of like this. Pele's fast. Pele is indeed fast. I want to get rid of Cut. I do want to get rid of Cut. I'm down to run Double Fire. I think I get rid of Dig, because I haven't clicked Dig like fucking at all. It also increases my weakness to Earthquake, which is not good. I have better options. Once I get Earth Power, I'm just thinking because I can't delete Cut. I would delete Cut if I could, but it's an HM. Yeah. But I kind of like the idea of having a weaker move that is reliable, and then having this where when we're at full health, this thing nukes. Eruption will nuke when we're at full health. Which means, I think we 6-0 Erica with Eruption, throwing like a thick fat Venusaur or something. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. I guess I put Eruption in the lead slot. I guess. It looks weird that way, though. I think Double Fire and then Eruption on the side, or sorry, Earth Power on the side. But I need to get rid of Cut. But then again, we can actually use Cut here, which is pretty cool. 57, we have a couple of 56s. Paunch is further behind. I can use a Rare Candy also. But I think I want to save those for when we're going to get Earth Power. Because that's one of the last moves. I guess Volt Tackle is the other one on Evire. That's one of the last move changes that we're going to see, though. As far as, like, the current sets. Hello? Typh? Or, sorry, not Typh. Electivire? Volt Tackle at 67. And then Giga Impact later, which is garbage, and it's also a TM, so what the fuck is the point? Also, is there anything here? No. Wow. This is what I mean, though. Like, that's where the grass is on this route. Like what I was saying earlier. Like, completely avoidable. That's where you catch a Growlithe. Or I guess maybe Vulpix, depending on the version. Oh, you easily go for Electric move. I'm going to Pele, though, because, leveling. Oh. I get to click Eruption, though, which is fun. Yeah. It's super overkill, but it's fun. If I wanted to get really demonic, I could run Specs. Move the Specs from Gengar over to this. Or I could run Scarf to guaranteed outspeed stuff. But Pele's been outspeeding stuff, like, pretty reliably, actually. Like, this Electrode's not EV invested, so I'm not surprised. It doesn't outspeed. But yeah. This is like a speedy Typhlosion. I haven't checked the, I'd be curious to see what the speed IV on this would be. Because maybe it's just good. I know I changed its nature to Timid, but that only does so much. It's only a 10% increase, which is, you know, notable, but not crazy. Ba-doo-da-da-dee. I pooped in my pants. So we can say goofy shit. Yeah, keep leading Corneo. Also, that's where my PP ups are gonna go, is into Eruption. Pause? Question mark? Syntax on that doesn't make sense, but you know. Some questionable terminology there. Not really, though. But come on, like, what Pokemon player has not been like, PP up, tee-hee? Like, the fact that it's, you know, PowerPoints, PP, it's like, I would bet, I don't know how it translates in Japanese, but like, I would, oh my god. Are y'all okay? Their names are what now? Okay, I mean, like, Bug Bite is so overkill on, Shiftry, it's not even funny. So I'm just gonna attack Ludicolo. What was it saying though? I don't even know. I got distracted by question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, and their partner question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. This hack is fucked. Again, I don't think it's like the hack specifically. It could be. But something about this version of the hack that I have is fucked. Yeah, I swear some of these cries are like etched into my brain somewhere. Swords Dance, if we weren't running CB, Choice Band, then yeah, SD would be great. SD Bullet Punch, I mean, is tempting. Bug Bite's kind of overkill a lot of the time. Like, these three I mean, SD U-Turn is a little weird, but like, on Scizor, maybe not so much. Nah, it's probably still weird. You'd probably run another coverage move or something, but yeah. I like running just Choice Band on this, though, I think. And plus, Swords Dance is a TM, so if I really wanted it that bad, I could go buy another one with coins from, not the game corner, but the Voltorb flip corner, because this game is rated E for everyone and not... What would it go... See, I know that the game corner and stuff like that, the slots, were removed after a certain point for avoiding like having to put gambling on the back of the box and raising the rating. What would the rating be if we still had slot machines in Pokemon? Would it be M because of that? Or like because like I guess I don't really pay attention to ESRB ratings, but like games with loot boxes, is that not the same thing but worse? Like literally? Because that's not even like in-game currency. It's like, it'd be different if Pokemon would allowed you to like buy coins for the game corner with real money, but that was not the case. At least at the time. In modern times, like who knows how that would be, but I guess I will say this. If Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have done one thing correctly when it comes to the mainline titles, is not nickel and diming, actually. Yes, you have to buy the expansion pass for each version if you own both versions, but why are you buying both versions? I don't understand that. Like, you're making that choice. I think the split version thing is predatory and bad, but you're literally not forced to buy both, though. And they're so similar much of the time that, like, you get a similar experience regardless. Just pick one, right? Or rather, if you're gonna buy both, then don't... You can't complain, though. Really, like, actually. Because the expansion pass, like, yeah, it is for each game separately. That makes sense to me. Should it be that way? I don't know. I mean, maybe not. But it's also coming from someone who didn't have it... wasn't interested enough to buy the DLC for Sword and Shield of Scarlet and Violet, so, I mean, whatever. It always comes back to shitting on Gen 8 and 9, doesn't it? Mostly 9, but yeah. Torment. Fitting. Three back-to-back battles. Isn't this horizontal tunnel blocked, though? Isn't it not accessible in this gen? Like, I think it's sealed, right? Because isn't there there's some weird glitch with, like, Darkrai or something like that, right? Or Cress? Or something like that. There's, like, some weird glitch you can do with this door. Or maybe, no, maybe I'm thinking of Fire and Leaf Green, and that's with, like, some other mythical. I think... Because, like, you step out, and then the trainer encounters you, but you pause and fly away. As, like, the encounter procs kind of deal. Which allows you to, like, glitch the game somehow. But I think that's specifically in Fire and Leaf Green. Or maybe it's in actual Gen 1 or something like that, but not, and what I mean is like not the Johto variant of Gen 1. You have your own Sizz. I just go into this. We have technology, and by technology I mean a fire type. Yeah. I wanted a taunt there, actually. Not that it matters. But I thought about taunting. Because I kind of anticipated a Swords Dance coming out, but it wasn't going to matter. I would just taunt and then switch into type anyway. +2 Bullet Punch is not going to do much to me anyway. I mean, Scizor's strong, but, you know, we'd resist, so. I'll need to fly over to delete cut. Because I don't know... Is there a second move deleter in this gen? I know it was moved from Blackthorn to Cianwood in this hack as far as Johto. Locations. Yeah, there's only one in Johto, okay. So I'll have to go all the way back to Cianwood. Which is like kind of fine, I guess. Nice. What's the faster animation? Ice Beam's faster, I think. I don't think that mattered. I mean, Flareon has good SpDef, weirdly, right? That's like its second highest stat. Isn't it 130 attack, 110 SpDef? Because the distribution for evolutions is always something like that. It's just like mix and match variants of those stats. That's probably the reason why we're not getting one of each type, or one of the reasons. Because there's only so many... Like, do we already have one? Yeah, there's 6 stats, right? HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. And so there's other mixes and matches, like, but do we have an evolution that is like 130 in every stat? Kind of deal? Like, wait a second. Because I'm like, what is Sylveon? Is Sylveon 130 SpDef then? It is. It is indeed. Wow. I kind of just think I surf. Yeah, because Espeon is the 130... special attack, Jolteon is the 130 speed. Flareon is the 130 attack. Is Leafeon the 130 defense? I know it has a good defense stat. It is the 130 defense, 110 attack. And then I guess... I'm like tripping myself out now, because... Umbreon... I just say it and click Surf again. Is Umbreon 130 HP? I thought it was 130 in one of its defenses. It is 130 in special defense, which Sylveon also is. So they've already broken that rule. So that's not it. I just want to look at their stats real quick, though. Because Vaporeon... Is Vaporeon also plus SpDef? And then what's Glaceon? Also, there's 7 of them. So, there had to be at least one duplicate. Jolteon... Where's, Flareon, Espeon... Oops. already had this open. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. I'm just very curious about the evolution stats now. There's probably a comparing tool somewhere. This thing has an actual SpDef stat, so maybe this is not the greatest idea. No. Draco should kill, though, I think. Let's see here. Flareon 130 attack, 110 SpDef. Is it always 65, 65, 60, 95, 110, 130? Like, those are always present somewhere. Vaporeon's the 130 HP. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, no, its SpDef isn't that good. It's 95. Which is not bad, but yeah. The 110 special attack. Jolteon's the 130 speed, 110 special attack. Umbreon is 130 SpDef, 110 defense. That makes sense. Espeon 130 special attack, 110 speed, so the inverse of Jolteon. Except their defenses are the same, but you just flip special attack and speed. Leafeon is 130 defense, 110 attack. Glaceon is 130 special attack. So yeah, they've doubled up on a lot of them. But there is a 130. Is there a 130 defense? Yeah, Leafeon. 130 special attack, there's several. 130 special defense, there's several. There's 130 speed. Yeah, okay, so I guess my theory is kind of debunked, because there's multiple 130 SpDefs and multiple 130 special attacks on the evolutions, stat-wise. And there's no doubt more combinations, just like straight up combinations, right? Of mixing around even the lower stats kind of deal. Some of those stat spreads would end up being pretty shit. Some of them are, in fact. Yeah, so like this is blocked, so does that mean I can go through here now? Or I guess I have to go... Okay, so they want me to go down and around then. Because the horizontal tunnel is blocked. I still think this means that next time I get, like, even more badges than this time. Like, probably the next 4, at least. Right, I got 1 the first time, 2 this time, get 4 more, and then maybe the finale is blue plus silver, or something like that. But then again, it's like, what's stopping me from just fighting blue immediately after lane? Nothing. I do, like I was saying... Well, first of all, I'm gonna clear, like, this way. Or I guess it would make sense to go, like, this way, regroup at Vermilion, and then continue down. Do Fuchsia. Yeah, so there's still quite a bit. I don't know if they're gonna let me fight Janine next, or not. If they're gonna make me go all the way up here and then fly back. I'm gonna go delete. Well... I could always, like... I could always, I still have a good number of levels, what was it, 63? Until Earth Power, and I know there's probably going to be some cut trees on this route, that's why I'm thinking, why don't I just hold on to cut for now? Until I'm closer to 63 and then go delete it? I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think... there are definitely a few trainers here, if I want to fight all of them. But I'm thinking I'm not going to do all of this today. But I'm like, if I can get to the split where it like pivots into Vermilion, if I can get there, which isn't that far, I don't think, then I can just go to Vermilion. Then next time, you know, wake the Snorlax, clear that route, and then continue heading south and around. Kind of deal. Although the bitrate seems to be fine now, so it's like, well... Now that I'm thinking... Oh, whoops. I hate that you can't go up. You can go up from run. I don't like that. It has been... I've misclicked because of this before. I think. It's dumb. I get that they want you to go, like, around. It's really... It's deceiving. But yeah, whatever. I thought this was going to be Intimidate. It's not. I guess it's Poison Point. Or Swift Swim. I don't know which one is its hidden ability from Gen 5. It's probably one of those. Destiny Bond. That did a lot of damage now. Yeah, just like trying to clear up some of the tedious trainer battling before, like, instead of just starting with it next time kind of deal. Stop going for Horn Drill, you dickhole. God, Seeking is so fucking ugly. Am I the only one? Like, what is... He's got, like, a weird... Like, that little, like... It looks like a hairpiece on him, actually. Like, the like, black design. It looks like sideburns. Weird mon. I don't know, I've never liked the way Seeking looks. And it's also shit. Like, stat-wise, too, which doesn't help. Is it Cameron? Just when you least expect it. We already have a full squad photo, like, everyone fully evolved. But, I'm taking another one. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Chat successfully connected. Understand. I think the music is quiet because we're by the water, right? Yeah, like the sound of the waves takes over. It's kind of cool. That Typhlosion's gonna burn this entire forest down at that rate. And it's like bobbing into the tree. It's like neck flames are bobbing into the tree. Yeah, I mean, if I end up trying to learn Earth Power while I still have Cut on this thing, I can just PK Hex it, change it. It's like same difference, dude. Who gives a shit? But realistically speaking, I should have enough leeway to just like go fly, delete Cut prior to learning Earth Power at 63, so should be fine. Extrasensory. Probably better to not run a choice item in this case, because, I mean, Eruption still does a shit ton, but it's like if Eruption doesn't kill, I mean, I guess Specs, not much is gonna live that. We are Charcoal boosted, though, which is something. I mean, that's, you know, 20% boost. That's a far cry from a 50% boost, but still. Nice being able to switch up moves. Would Scizor be too busted if it had Thunder Punch? Obviously that's not Technician boosted, so maybe not. Maybe it'd be fine. This thing has low Fizz Def. Evire is the correct switch, but it's already 58, so... Aqua Ring... I was looking at electric type moves that could be Technician boosted. A lot of them are 65 though, or special. Like Spark is 65. Zippy Zap. It's a Let's Go Pikachu move, right? Priority, guaranteed crit, 50 base power, physical. Imagine that with Technician. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that they made Pikachu and Eevee good enough to actually warrant using for a whole playthrough in that game. But it's like such a it is to such a ridiculous degree that I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? Come on. Thankfully, that stuff doesn't transfer over to, like, the actual main games, so we're not having to deal with, like, busted Eevee in, actual competitive formats. This could be worse. It's not what I expected. I expected Fire move on the Bug Steel. How dare you? What would Magmortar... What... WWMD? What would Magmortar do? What would he... What was he thinking? He's looking a little sus. Over there with his, like... shit-eating grin. His little duck face. His ketchup and mustard body colors. Looking Ronald McDonald looking ass. Ronald McDonald with a bazooka arm. Straight up. Okay. Yeah, this is not stab. You did para, which is shitty. It means I can't get burned by Flame Body, so if I break through and Sucker... It's probably kills, because you have shit defense. Yeah. Shabba-dabba-dee-ba-doo. Technically, Hyper Potion into full heal is better, but healing is so slow, I'm just rather just use an actual full restore. Yeah, these guys are so close to leveling up, it's not even funny. In fact, I might just lead Sizz and U-turn into a Honchkrow. Get a kill on something. We should be close. Yeah, this is exactly where I wanted to stop, basically. But I'm gonna fight this guy, so that way I don't need to go up. I can just, like, take this route and go south. Quag. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. That makes more sense. This thing got a defense buff in this hack, too. It's like 10 higher than usual, I think. Which, you know, Quag's stats aren't, like, that great, but they're good enough. It's more so that typing and ability that are good. Like, Water Ground is just one of the greatest. It's gotta be one of the greatest defensive typings out there. Easily. One weakness. And like, even like the electric immunity and stuff like that, and the resists that come with it, like rock resist and stuff, like, it's so nuts, actually. It's gonna be hard to resist picking Swampert or Mudkip in Sinking Sapphire. In fact, I was thinking about going Blaziken, because that would be the second fire type as far as like my current playthroughs, and I wanted to... If I had gone in order, it would have like cycled through, right? Empoleon, Typhlosion, Serperior, Samurott, so back to water, Blaziken, Decidueye, right? Makes sense? Problem is I didn't stream Sacred Gold until now, having already gone through both Gen 5 games, so the order doesn't necessarily work. But I've used 2 water types, only 1 grass, but I do kind of want Decidueye to be my pick for Gen 7, because it is my favorite of the bunch. I know him well. Yeah, although I don't think I've ever used Primarina for a full run of Alola. But I feel like I would rather just save that for a later date. Like for a rerun or something, because... I mean, I like water starters as much as the next guy, but that's a lot. I want to kind of try to keep some kind of balance. Oh, what are you doing here? Beep, 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 beep. Isn't a Kanto starter. Ba-na-na. Ba-na-na. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, there are trainers on this route. I think I'm okay to call it, though, because we cleared up to here. Obviously, Cycling Road we're going to have to go through anyway, but everything else, besides Viridian Forest, so, like, all of this section, like, everything up till here. So we're just going to cut through here, boom, go around, and then at that point, everything in, like, Central Kanto, or rather, like, Central to Eastern Kanto, will be cleared trainer-wise. We'll have these couple of water routes, Viridian Forest, and some stuff here. But, yeah. Not too bad. I'm gonna fly to Vermilion, though, and just start from there next time. And yeah, we'll clear those routes. I don't think it'll take that long, and then it's... Like I was saying, it's gonna be gym after gym after gym. Like, we're certainly gonna at least get 3, if not 4 badges next time, while clearing all the trainers along the way, I want to say. I mean, I could clear this short route over here right now, I guess, but I'm kind of like, this is a good stopping point. This stream has been kind of cursed with technical problems, which is not fun. Although I haven't had that character model glitch, like the sprites glitching out. That hasn't happened. So yeah, we'll pick this up next time. Take on Lax, work our way down to Fuchsia and up to Celadon. Grab a couple badges along the way. Saffron right after. Maybe make our way to Cinnabar, maybe not, depending on time. Probably just clear some of those routes, those water routes or whatever, I suppose. Which is kind of annoying with such a water-weak team, but, you know, we make do.